Hey everyone, and thank you so much, Colleen here. I would just like to take a moment and thank everyone who is checking this out, everyone who follows me, everyone who enjoys what I have to say. And I totally appreciate it, and I do not take anybody for granted. Just wanted to say that today. So, before I jump into stage number 4 of the 6 stages of change, I just wanted to share a little bit since I mentioned gratitude. My morning routine is I've always gotten up extremely early, especially on days that I have things to do. I like to wake up gentle. So, one of my morning routines that I do is before I even open my eyes, before I get out of bed, before I even start the day, I actually lay there quietly and I sit and I think about the things that I'm grateful for. And I usually take about 15 minutes. I don't time it or anything like that, but I definitely run through, slowly and really feel it, the things that I'm grateful for. So as we're talking about stage 4 of the 6 stages of change, which is the action stage, this one is probably the one where people kind of slide back. It's not the full relapse, which is stage 6, but this is where people can kind of slide back and slack off, so to speak, of following their plan. So, in the action phase, you have spent all of your time prepping, you have your schedule laid out, you have your tasks built out, you know exactly what you're doing on a regular basis, and all you have to do is show up for yourself every single day and take action. So let's break that down into several different tasks. So, as I've said before on previous podcasts, if you haven't checked them out yet, go ahead and do so. Again, this is episode number 4. When you are taking action, when you don't feel like taking action, is the hardest time to talk yourself into it. So, again, when you have your preparation all laid out in front of you, it is a lot easier to maintain that action phase every single day. So, take for instance, I'm going to use the two examples that I've used consistently, which is eating healthy and exercising. So, if you meal prep, if you food prep, if you food shop, and you have everything packed, separated, ready to go, even labeled in your fridge, on your counter, in your cabinets, wherever it might be that you need to do that. And they actually sell some really cool individualized lunch containers now, which make it even that much easier to kind of meal prep. So you have all of that stuff. It doesn't mean that you're not going to talk yourself into going for some junk food or talk yourself into going for some fast food, right? It doesn't mean that you're not going to do that. However, the chances are that you have a greater chance of sticking with your plan because you have prepared and your action is open the fridge, take out today's container, load up the lunchbox. So every single day that you do that, there are lots of different philosophies out there, how long you have to do something before it becomes a habit. So I'm not going to get into any of that. You can research that on your own, figure out what you believe in. I've seen, 7 days, I've seen 20 days, I've seen 21 days, I've seen 6 months, I've seen 12 months. My opinion is something becomes a habit by daily action, and it becomes a habit when you no longer stop doing it. So the time frame for that for everyone is kind of individual. There is science based back on some of the lengths of time. Again, you can go ahead and do that research if you're interested in that sort of stuff. I have seen in all the years that I've worked with people, every single day that you show up for yourself to be the best version of yourself that day contributes to the success of you doing it tomorrow. Because even though you have that little self on the left shoulder that's saying, you know what, just shut that alarm off. Just sleep another hour. You don't need to exercise today. The little self on your right shoulder is saying, you know what, just get up and do it because look at how good you felt throughout the whole day. Look at how well you slept last night. Feel how rested you feel right now as you're getting up. So the 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 R and the L part of your self that kind of sits on your shoulders. The left is the one that talks you out of it. The right is the one that talks you right back into it. They're not going to have, the left isn't going to have as much of an impact when you show up every single day to be the best version of yourself with your own boundaries in place so that your plans are becoming achievable every single day. So the action phase is where you are actively modifying a behavior, and a behavior can always be changed. I know, like with major surgery, you can change anything, but let's keep it simple, right? Can't change your height. You can't change your eye color. You can't change, you can't change your structure of, your features, but you can change behavior. And your character is your character, but your behaviors can be changed. So let's take action. Let's stay prepared. Let's show up to be the best version of ourselves today so that our tomorrow selves listen to the right side of us and we'll get right into action. And I will see you all or hear you all. You'll hear me. I won't hear you all. You'll hear me on the next episode, which is going to be stage number 5 of the 6 stages of change. So, again, thank you so much for staying tuned. Thank you so much for checking this out. Thank you so much for your support, and I will see you all on the next episode.